You ever finish a book, close the cover, and just know it's not really over, that it's going to stick with you, almost like a physical presence? Well, today we're diving into a piece of writing that's all about that feeling, how a single story can leave a mark on you that's impossible to see, but you can feel it in your bones.
And right away, we're hit with this incredible idea. A book leaving a mark that's as real as a scar, but you can't point to where it is. It's somewhere in that mysterious space between your mind and your soul. How can a bunch of words on a page do that? How can something so intangible leave such a real physical impression? That's the big question we're going to unpack.
All right, so our first stop on this journey is what the author calls the imprint. This is all about that connection between a story, a memory, and, well, something much, much deeper.
So let's be clear about what this mark really is. It isn't just a memory you can recall. No, it's a feeling, a permanent change to who you are. The author suggests it's as real and as fundamental as your soul, something you feel with every part of your being, but you could never point to it on a chart.
I love this slide because it shows this constant battle going on inside us. On one side, you've got the mind, right? It's busy with all the practical, day-to-day stuff, exams, politics, figuring out how to write a check. But then you have the soul, and it's dealing with the heavy hitters, the book, the heart, love. And it's in that world, the world of the soul, where this mark really takes root.
And just like that, the whole idea gets grounded in something we can all understand. The abstract feeling left by a book suddenly gets its power from the most raw, human emotion there is, the pain of lost love. That emptiness in the heart, that's what gives the mark its weight. That's what makes it ache.
Okay, so we know what the mark is, but what powers it? Well, that brings us to our next section. We're about to see how a memory of a past love becomes this kind of, well, nuclear energy, feeling absolutely everything.
It all starts with something so small, doesn't it? Just a simple, fleeting memory of a touch, the ghost of a physical connection, but it carries an entire world of history and feeling inside it.
And the reaction to that tiny memory? Oh, it's anything but small. It's this total, overwhelming physical jolt. It's not a thought. It's a full-body experience. It's electric.
And there it is. What a metaphor, right? Nuclear energy. That isn't just strong, it's world-changing. This isn't just a sweet memory. It's a source of immense power that's radiating through every single part of the narrator's life.
And just look at what this energy does. It completely transforms the mundane. Suddenly, boring history isn't boring anymore. It's filled with passion and patriotism. Tedious politics becomes a fight fueled by determination. This one single memory is so powerful, it basically rewrites reality, and it makes everything else, like those French checks from earlier, feel completely insignificant.
Now this brings us back to the book itself, and its structure, it turns out, is just as complicated and winding as the memories it brings up. It's like a labyrinth you can get lost in.
The narrator compares it directly to 1001 Nights, and that tells you everything you need to know. This is not a book you read from page 1 to the end. No, it's a web, a tangled collection of tales that weave in and out of each other, pulling you in deeper and deeper.
And here's a map of that crazy path. You start one story, but before you can finish it, you're suddenly in the middle of a totally different one, and then another, until, eventually, you might find your way back to where you started, that first story about love. It's a structure that feels a lot like how our own minds work, doesn't it? One memory sparking another, then another, in a chain that feels chaotic but is all deeply connected.
And the book's origins? They're just as mysterious. Nobody knows who wrote it. Some people say it was spirits or jinn. Others say it was a group project by, well, all of humanity. And the point is, it feels universal. You could never remember all of its stories. It's impossible. But you don't have to. The ones that matter, the ones that you need to hear, they have a way of sticking with you. And that's really the magic of it all, isn't it? In this massive labyrinth of tales, you don't just find a story finds you. It feels intensely personal, like it was written just for you, at that exact moment in your life.
So, for our final section, we're going to see how all these threads, the mark, the memory, the mysterious book, they all come together at a huge crossroads in the narrator's life.
And here it is, the central question. The book didn't just leave a mark. It seems to have offered up a prophecy, a whole destiny, a future as a famous writer in Boston. But is that a real promise, or is it just a beautiful idea?
This lays out the two futures pulling the narrator in opposite directions.
On one side, you have the big, ambitious dream from the book. And on the other, you have the powerful pull of home, that poor street and the village with its own humble dreams. It's a choice between the story someone tells you that you can have and the story that you actually come from.
And this question just blows the whole thing wide open. It becomes something that's not just about the narrator, but about all of us. What role do stories really play in our lives? Are they a roadmap we're supposed to follow? Or are they just the fuel for our dreams, the energy we need to keep going no matter which path we end up taking?
The text ends on this one single powerful word. Life. It's not an answer, not really, but maybe it's the only answer there is. The conflicts, the memories, the dreams, the books that leave their mark on us, all of it, the whole messy, beautiful thing is simply life. And it leaves you wondering, what are the stories that have left their mark on you?